Broadcasting live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Sarah Pizon for FX77 Option. U.S. stocks traded mildly lower on Thursdays as investors take in a series of earnings report while looking for more signals on the timing of an interest rate hike. First, on the economic front, jobless claims came in at 281,000, slightly above lowered expectations, but still an increase from last week. Also, wholesale trade data came in slightly higher than expected, up 0.3%. And a new earnings season is here after Alcoa reported adjusted quarterly profits of 28 cents per share, 2 cents above estimates, but revenue was below analyst forecasts. And now we turn to oil prices, which have rallied more than 2% this Thursday afternoon, attempting to rebound from a 6% slump led by yesterday's jump in U.S. crude inventories and record Saudi output. And here to talk about crude supplies and his thoughts behind reports that the Iran talks are sending prices lower, for FX77 Option, here is Luke Rabari of Statland Volatility Group.
Crude is a fungible, although you have WTI and you have U.S. crude and Nigerian, whatever, but it's fungible around the world. So it's not as if a whole extra bunch of supply is going to come on. If you're worried about that story, think about Iraq. Think about Libya and think about their production coming online or fully coming online. It's not about the Iranian production. That's already at capacity going to Asia. So maybe they think that now that the embargo is off, Iranian crude will make it to the U.S. I mean, I doubt it. The U.S. is importing less crude from the Middle East anyway. I think some 55% of the crude comes from Canada, some other percentage comes from Mexico. And again, it is fungible and there might be a little more supply in the world, but I don't believe in those talks. I don't believe in those fears that Iran all of a sudden is going to drive down the price of crude because the embargoes are off.
And we conclude the Forex market as the US dollar is bullish with the Euro-US dollar pair 0.35% in the red at 107.45. Meanwhile, the Euro-Japanese yen is in focus as it has hit two targets at 128.95 and 128.55 and remains within a bearish channel below the resistance at 129.90. And for FX77 Option from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Sarah Pizon.